I do what would be called hyper-realistic paintings, and what I like to focus on is very minute details. My favorite thing is to paint a subject, and there's a moment where it starts to come alive, and that's the thing I love the most about painting. For me, the eyes are probably the most important part of the painting. It's usually the first thing that I paint, and I think it's because once you can capture the eyes in the right way, the rest of the painting comes alive for the viewer. And so I know that if I can get the eyes to look as realistic as possible, everything will flow from that. I think that my job's almost twofold. One is to make the art, but the other is to be inspired to make the art. So when I first moved to New York, I was overwhelmed by everything. I would often go to Chelsea and just walk through the galleries and sort of dream of what it would be like to be in one. And then more and more, I sort of became disconnected from that when I started to figure out my own art, and I slowly moved away from it and focused more on my own work, and actually my studio became my source of inspiration. So the way I pick my subjects for my paintings is very reactionary. A lot of the times it'll be just seeing a photo and feeling something or being drawn to it. And it's pretty immediate. I just say to myself, I have to paint that. Some other times I just sort of stumble across seeing something in life, or I'll have an idea of what I want and I'll go searching for that or for the photo. To me, that's a lot of power, to have an image that someone will really look at when we have images all over the place. So more and more I think about how I can use that to maybe help people or animals or situations that is often ignored. So I like the idea of my canvas being sort of a stage for people who wouldn't have one otherwise. I learned about the Syrian refugee crisis and was completely overwhelmed by what was going on. I just wanted to do something about it. So I went searching for images to paint from. And I stumbled across this particular image. And immediately it was that reaction of, I need to paint this. So I contacted the organization and they got back to me right away. They're called One Life Matters, and they do a lot of work with helping Syrian refugees overseas. And the reason that painting really struck me is because it reminds me of my niece. I love her hair. She has the same sort of wild, tousled hair. And what's interesting about the painting is they couldn't release any information about who the girl is or where she came from. So I decided to call the painting Liana, which is after my niece. So we're going to be rolling out a campaign called Make Liana Famous. And the idea behind it is twofold. One is to just really raise awareness about what's happening, because I myself, I didn't know a lot of what was going on. And the other is to try and raise money for One Life Matters and for what they're doing overseas with the Syrian refugees. Politically, there is a lot of tension around the idea of refugees and immigrants. I think we have an opportunity to try and help a group of people who are desperately in need.